Right. That's Neeraj Dalal and with his view on what to do with commodity and some of the other names. Let's welcome in our next guest. Samit Chauhan now joins us live. Samit, first a view on Nifty. What are the levels to watch out for? Of course, there are two big events tomorrow, so it could be volatile. So if you could just tell us that any levels that you speak should be followed on a closing basis.
Good afternoon. We have witnessed a decent recovery after retesting Brexit lows of 7926, but 8250 seems to be an immediate hurdle purely with a near-term perspective. But yesterday's move, Nifty has managed to give a smart recovery after testing 23rd November high, which was placed around 8055. So that's an encouraging sign, and we have been optimistic on the market. We were expecting a decent bounce, and we continue to do so. Yes, today we are seeing a subdued movement. Nifty has given up its gain, most of its gain. But we believe that sooner or later we are likely to head towards 8320, 8350, which are now seen as a major hurdle, at least in the near term. So we would maintain our positive stance on the market. And as far as levels are concerned, 8250, 8255 would be seen as immediate hurdle on a closing basis. Once Nifty surpasses this level, then probably we could confirm higher top, higher bottom formation on daily chart. So as of now, we are closely tracking this important level, and the low side now 8055, 7980 seems to be a very strong support.
Right. Do you track Nalco? It's at 61 rupees right now.
Okay, generally we don't track this counter, but we have seen a decent amount of rise in last 3 months. The stock is now trading around at 52-week high. It has now come out of its consolidation zone. 50-55 was acting as a major hurdle, and this stock has given a breakout on monthly chart. Considering the monthly chart, this stock is likely to move higher from current level, at least towards 72, 75, which are the important levels to watch out for, at least in the near term to medium term perspective. And on the low side now, any dip probably towards 54, 52 could be a very good buying opportunity. This stock has formed a strong base around 48.50, which is now likely to act as a very strong support.
Right. In terms of other metal names, do you believe that metals as a pack would continue to see the rally? So Tata Steel is now at the day's high. Hindalco, of course, has done well. Vedanta has also not corrected.
See, if we look at their lows 6 months back, 7 months back, they were trading for Hindalco, Vedanta, they were trading around 60, 65 rupees. Tata Steel was at least 30-35% down from current level. So these stocks have outperformed the benchmark index in last 5 to 6 months. They have already given a huge rally. We believe that these stocks are likely to undergo some kind of time-wise correction at least. We don't expect any major price-wise correction, but time-wise correction is quite possible for Hindalco now. We expect this stock to consolidate in a broad range, probably 10 to 12% range, wherein on the higher side 185, 188 would act as a very strong resistance, and lower side we see this base forming somewhere around 150, 152 for Hindalco.
Right, but something like a Hindalco, say if there is a correction, you're saying there is a sideways move. At what level would you buy, and then what will be the stop loss? Where you think that risk reward would now be favorable?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, 155, 150 seems to be a very strong base, so that becomes a very good buying opportunity considering the risk to reward ratio. The risk reward ratio becomes very favorable if Hindalco corrects around 150, 155. As of now, there are no such signs, but we would wait for that correction if we have to get in with a fresh entry. Then once we buy somewhere around 155, 150, then one can keep a stop loss below 144, which is the next swing low of Hindalco. So we would buy around 155, 150, stop loss 144, and in that case we could expect at least a move towards 185 to 195.
What would you do with Sun TV? It's a name which did very well yesterday. I think it was up 12%. Now it's down 4% after hitting a high today.
To be honest, of late we are not tracking this counter quite closely, but yesterday we saw a great surge in the stock with substantial rise in volumes. So the stock has managed to surpass its near-term hurdle of 465, 468, which has been acting as a very strong resistance. And today we didn't see any follow-up buying. This stock has managed to correct. So we would wait for 1 or 2 days further move. If this stock manages to maintain its position beyond 475, 476 on a closing basis, then probably this stock is likely to head towards 505, 508.
Right, but say if it closes below 476 or if it tends to crack towards 455, what happens?
Then probably we would avoid this counter, and this stock then might slip into a consolidation mode wherein the range would become very wider. 475 to 485 would act as a very strong resistance, and then lower side 438 would be seen as a crucial support level, and that could probably a make or break level in the near term.
Right. What do you do with Bharat Forge?
See, Bharat Forge has given a decent gap up opening today, but we believe that overall trend is sideways. This stock has been consolidating in a range wherein the 920, 925 seen as a very major hurdle, and lower side 840, 845 has been acting as a very strong support. So we would wait for this particular stock to break out from this range on the upwards in the upward direction. If it breaks 922, then probably we could play on the long side for a target of 960, 965.
Right. Let's talk about some losers as well. So Jet Airways 371. Crude is high. Maybe that's why it's not doing that well. But any view on Jet Airways?
See, as of now, this stock has been cracking from higher levels since last 1.5 months. The stock was somewhere around 500, 525 and is now trading around somewhere around 375. So the trend is clearly on the in the downward direction, but purely with a near-term perspective, we would rather wait for a breakout to happen beyond its resistance of 398, 400 on a closing basis. Only if this happens, then probably we could trade on the long side. Till then, we would avoid this counter.
Right. Tata Metallics and Tata Sponge. If you track these names, they are cash names. They don't tend to, get a lot of volumes. But today they are looking good with very huge price movement.
See, we don't track Tata Sponge, but yes, Tata Metallics we do track. Today we have seen a good traction in this counter with substantial rise in volume. The volume have already crossed its average volume by nearly 10 to 15 times. So yes, this stock is now likely to head higher from current level. At least another 8 to 9% is quite possible. So 420, 428, these are the next possible that we are targeting in this particular stock. So I mean, any dip would be a buying opportunity. In that case, one can place a stop loss somewhere below 320, so which would be around 318, 316.
Right. Samit, you always have some picks. You always have some calls going in at Angel. Can you just tell us what are any few one or two picks that you have, maybe on the sell side or the buy side?
Yes, since we are expecting a decent bounce in the market, we would stay on the long side. Our first buy would be on M&M Finance. This stock has corrected quite sharply from higher levels and is now somewhere around 270, 275. This stock is in a process of forming a strong base. Yesterday move was quite encouraging, and today we are seeing a good traction in this counter. So we expect this stock to climb towards 295, which would be our near-term target. Stop loss would be around 268, and our other buy would be on Tata Chem, which has given a decent price volume breakout today itself from its resistance. So we expect this stock to climb towards 524. Stop loss would be around 480.
Right. Samit, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure. M&M Finance is one of the top calls at Angel this afternoon. Taking a break, back in 2 minutes.